This case is a very sad matter. And I agree with Kofi on this matter. And I even say that this is a clear case of criminal negligence by enemies of the state in the previous management at ECG.
Are you not speaking too early?
No, because we are, as we speak, the facts are very clear. And the facts show that ECG did not have any need for these cables that they kept importing into the country. Every organization, not to talk of a company limited by shares, has a procurement plan for every year and a budget. And in that procurement plan and budget, the company provides for all the items, the materials, the resources it will need in that fiscal year. Yes, there can be situations where the company exceeds that, you see, but you cannot have a situation where consistently over the years, one organization always exceeds its value procurement plan by 200%, 300%, 400%. In the year 2023, for example,
by nearly 13 billion.
13 billion. Simply doesn't make sense. So clearly somebody stood to benefit from the mere award of these procurement contracts, even though he knew that ECG had no need for that. Again, Samson, we know as a matter of fact, and ECG itself has conceded, that none of these contracts were awarded in accordance with the public procurement law. The ECG claims that it is a limited liability company, and therefore its IGF is exempt from the scope of the public procurement law, which is clearly not the case. Section 14(1)(d) of the public procurement law says that the law governs procurement with IGF or public institutions as well. They are making reference to a certain legal opinion uttered by the former Attorney General, which legal opinion was not addressed to them, but the Ministry of Finance, and which legal opinion has not been upheld by the PPA. Forgetting that the Attorney General himself is a member of the governing board of the PPA. If you want an exemption to use established commercial practices for your procurement as a company, the law says apply to the PPA and let the PPA give you expressly that exemption. They didn't have that, yet they kept on awarding contracts in breach of law. Need we remind them that there are people languishing in jail today in the NCA matter for breach of the same public procurement law, and that an EC chairperson lost her job allegedly for breaching the public procurement law. If you read the public procurement law, what they have done is totally criminal. And I am hoping that if for nothing at all, that will be pursued by the state. Aside that, you look at the sheer wickedness, okay? You import things that ECG doesn't need. The things arrive at the airport. You have a shipping unit at ECG that is supposed to clear these things. And then you always give excuses that you don't have money to clear them. You don't have money to clear the containers, yet you keep importing more containers. I mean, if you read the report of the committee set up to investigate this matter, ECG has spent in excess of 909 million cedis on just demurrage. 900 and almost 1 billion new Ghana cedis.
And when we say demurrage, we mean penalties.
Penalties.
You are keeping
for
your
delaying,
at the port,
clearing,
and you are not removing them at the port. It incurs demurrage.
Taxpayers' money. I mean, these are public funds. Today, that ECG is owing about 68 billion cedis. Who is being called upon to pay? The people of Ghana. So why will you do this to your country? And you see, the saddest part is not even this part, Samson. When they allow the containers to pile up and accumulate huge demurrage on grounds that they don't have money, then they go surreptitiously to award contracts to clearing agents, some of whom don't even have custom clearance. They award contracts to clearing agents. Then the clearing agents are pre-financed by the ECG, the same ECG which said they didn't have money to clear the goods. In the case of Mint Logistics, they pre-financed them by 30 million cedis. Gave another company 127 million cedis contract to clear the goods. Just say, no, we will give a contract to someone else to do it, pay huge monies to that company. in breach of law. You see, these things have gone on for a long time. And today we are being told that 1,346 containers equivalent to $489 million. $1 million cannot be accounted for. I mean, this is mind-boggling. This is completely unacceptable.
Okay.
And I am happy that the Minister for Energy, and let me commend him for how transparent he has been on this matter and his determination to get to the bottom of this matter. I'm happy that he has written, beyond the investigations conducted by the committee he constituted, he's written to the NIB to take this matter up and investigate it. We don't want any excuses. The NIB must give us timelines. This cannot be treated as business as usual. We want to know where the containers which cannot be accounted for are, who was responsible for saying those in breach of public procurement law in the award of all these contracts and all that. Let's get to the bottom of this matter and let the laws of this country work.
Thank you very much.